the previous class, we were discussing about the tree traversal, and also we have come across the special kind of binary tree, that is binary search tree.
Can you please upload the recording of the last lecture?
Yeah, today I'll share it. Okay. So other class I'll share it. This binary search tree is a special binary tree. It may be empty. If it is not empty, then it has to satisfy the following property. So this we have come across in the previous class. What it says is the first property says that every element has a key and no two elements have the same key. Mean that in a given binary search tree, the two more than one node should not have the duplicated values. Okay, so that is what we require. That is the first property. The second property is that the keys in the left subtree are smaller than the keys in the root node. Always the left subtree node should have a value which is less than the root. Similarly, the keys in the right subtree must be larger than the keys in the root node or a parent node. Okay, mean that all the values in the right subtree should have a value which are values which are larger than the value in the root node. And the last property is the left and right subtrees are also a binary search tree. Mean that the left and the right subtree should also satisfy the binary search tree properties. Okay, these examples we have come across is this is an example for binary search tree. 16 is the root node here. 1 minute. 16 is the root node. Okay, so that I have a node 12 which is less than 16, so that it becomes the left side of the 16. Similarly, the 20 is greater than the 16. Okay, so this is going to be the right child of the 16, and so on. Means that if you look at the left subtree of 16, the node 16, all the values are smaller than the root node. And if you look at the right subtree of this given example, all the nodes are having a key values which are larger than the root node. Okay, suppose even if you consider the subtree, okay, so which is the right subtree for the 12, mean that the values which belong to this right subtree of the root node 12 are larger than 13 and 14 at every point. Okay, so that the BST property has to be maintained. This is an example for non-binary search tree, because if you look at the 16 here, the 16 is going to become the left is present at the left subtree of the root node 16. The root node value 16, the root node has a value 16 which is smaller than what 17, so that this is not an example for the binary search tree. Okay, now let us see here, okay, how to construct the binary subtree. Okay, so if you follow those 4 properties, so you can able to create or construct the binary search tree by adding the nodes one by one. Okay, so here this is the order of the sequence which is given here. Okay, so that I wanted to create the binary search tree for this sequence. Okay, so whenever the sequence is given, you take the first key value. This first value is going to become the root node. Okay, so now what we have to do is, now before constructing this binary search tree, our BST is empty now. Okay, when it is empty, you have to take the first value and you are going to create a node and assign the value 11 to that node. Okay, so now I created a node. Okay, so that 11 is assigned to this node. So now this becomes the root node. This is the root node of our binary search tree. Okay, now we have a value 6. Okay, so now what you do, you always start from the root node here. Okay, so now compare the 11 with 6. The value 6 is less than the 11. When the value is next value, the next given value is smaller than the root node value, what we have to do means we have to traverse left. So now we have only one node, that is nothing but the root node only. There is no left subtree here. So since 6 is smaller than 11, then it is going to become the left child of the 11. So now what you have to do is you create a one more node and make it as an left child of the 11. So now after this, adding the second item into the binary search tree. So our tree looks like this. Okay. So now 11 and the 6 is added to the tree. It is nothing but the left child of the 11. Now 6 is done. Now I have a third number, that is nothing but the 8. Now take the 8. Again you start with the root node. Now compare the present value 8 with the root value. Okay, the root value is greater than the third number, that is nothing but the 8. So that definitely it is going to be the one of the node belongs to the left subtree of the 11. So that what you have to do is you have to traverse left one step down. Okay, so that now you are at 6. Now compare the value 8 with 6. So when you compare value 8 with 6, so that 6 is less than 8, means that a given value 8 is greater than 6, then this 8 is going to be the right child of 6. You have to create a one more node which is going to be the right child of 6. So now after inserting the 8 into the binary tree, our binary tree looks like this. Okay, so 11, 6 and followed by 8. Now 8 is done. Now the next number is nothing but 19. Again you have to start with the root node 19. So 19 is greater than 11, so that it is going to be one of the node of the right subtree of 11. Okay, now there is no right subtree for the 11, so that what you have to do is you have to create a one more node. You have to create a one more node that should be added as a right child of the 11. Okay, so that this becomes the 19. Now this is the result after inserting the 19 into the binary tree. Similarly, I have a 4 now. Now what you have to do is compare the 4 with 11. Okay, 4 is less than 11, so that traverse left. Okay, compare with the 6. So 6 is greater than 4, means that 4 is less than 6. Then what you have to do is you have to traverse left of 6, but left of 6 is empty. Okay, there is no subtree for this left subtree for the node 6. So what you have to do is you have to create a node, okay, and add it as an left child of 6. Then insert the number 4 into this. This is going to be the resultant, the tree after inserting 4. Here, okay, so 4 is inserted over there. The next number is nothing but 10. Okay, the 10 is less than 11, traverse left. Then the 10 is greater than 6. Okay, traverse right. Then 10 is greater than 8. Okay, there is no path to traverse to the right of the 8. So that you create a one more node, and this is going to be the right child of 8. So that becomes what? That 10. So if you look at this one, this is the resultant, the tree after inserting 10. Now the next element is nothing but 5. Okay, 5 less than 11, go to left. See, it is less than 6, go to left. It is greater than 4. Then what you are doing is there is no right subtree for 4. Create a node and insert the value 5 over there. Okay. So this is the resultant tree after inserting 5. See, if you look at this one here, so this is the resultant tree for this. Next number is nothing but 17. We have a number 17. Okay, the 17 is greater than 11. Okay, traverse left. Okay, then compare 17 with 19. So 17 is less than 19, so that you go and insert 17 as an left child of 19. Okay, this is the resultant tree. This is the resultant tree after inserting 17. Similarly, the next number is 43. 43 is greater than 11. Okay, traverse left. 43 is greater than 19. Okay, so traverse right. you can't able to traverse right of 19 because the subtree is right subtree is empty for 19. So that create the node, assign the value 43 and make it as an right child of 19. Okay, this is the resultant tree. Okay, so this is the tree after inserting 43. Next, we have a number 49. Okay, compare 11 with 49. The root node, always you have to start from the root node. Okay, so that traverse right. Since 49 is greater than 11, then compare 49 with 19. Still it is greater, so that traverse right. So 49 still greater than 43. Traverse right of 43. You can't able to traverse because of the absence of the right subtree for 43. So that create a node and it should be the right child of the 43 and the value of this new node will be 49. So this is the tree after inserting that 49. Okay, see here. And finally we have a last element that is nothing but 31. So 31 is greater than 11, traverse right. It is greater than 19, traverse right, and 43. So since 31 is less than 43, so that traverse right, but you create a new node and add it as a left child of 43 and assign the value 31 to 8. Okay, so this is the final binary search tree. Okay, this is the resultant tree after inserting all the values into the this is the empty binary search tree. Okay, so this is how you can able to create or construct the binary search tree. Okay, if the now values are given over there. So what you have to remember means, okay, so what you have to do means if the value to be inserted is less than the root node, a traverse left. If the value to be inserted is greater than the root node value, you traverse right. Okay, wherever you find the empty subtree, there you create the node based on the decision and you have to add that node. Okay, now let us consider this example key values and construct the binary tree. I'll give 3 minutes time. You just complete this.
हाँ नहीं नहीं जेठू करके आप ही लीजिए
Could you turn off your microphone?
थैंक यू दादा ना फोटो बाजी नोट तो खाई ना
Everybody completed? Okay, if you tried it and this is the final binary search tree for the given values. The first value is 13. It is a root node. Okay, then 13 is, sorry, 3, next number is 13, 3 is less than 13, so it is going to become the left child of 13. Then 4 less than 13 and is greater than 3, so this is going to become the right child of the 3. Then we have a next number 12. 12 is greater than, less than 13 and it is greater than 3 and it is greater than 4, and this is going to become the right child of 4. Then we have a 14. 14 is greater than 13, so that is going to become the right child of 13. And 10, it is less than 13, greater than 3, greater than 4, and less than 12. Then this is 10 is going to become the left child of 12. Then we have 5, less than 13, greater than 3, and greater than 4, and less than 12, and less than 5. Then this 5 is the left child of 10 now. Then we have a number 10, number 1, okay, less than 13, yes, less than 3, then this is going to become the left child of 3. Then we have a 8, less than 8, less than 13, greater than 3, greater than 4, less than 12, less than 10, and greater than 5. Then this is going to become the right child of 5. Similarly, 2, less than 13, less than 2, greater than 1. This is the right child of 1 now. Okay. Then 7. So less than 13, greater than 3, greater than 4, less than 12, less than 10, and greater than 5, and less than 7. This is going to become the left child of 8. Similarly, 9, less than 13, greater than 3, greater than 4, less than 12, less than 10, greater than 5, greater than 8. Then this is going to become the right child of 8. Similarly, 11, less than 13, greater than 3, greater than 4, less than 10, less than 12, then greater than 10. So this is going to become the right child of 10. Similarly, 6, less than 13, greater than 3, greater than 4, then less than 12, then less than 10, and greater than 5, then less than 8, and less than 7. This is going to become the right child of 7. And similarly, 18, greater than 13, greater than 14, and this is going to become the right child of 14. Okay, so this is how we can able to construct the binary search tree. Okay, now we can able to perform the various operations of the binary search tree. The primitive operation to be performed the BST are nothing but traversing the binary search tree, inserting a data, searching a data, and as well as the deleting the data. These are the 4 primitive or primary operations we can perform on the binary trees. We have already discussed about the tree traversals in the previous class for the binary trees. The same thing holds good for the binary search tree here also. Okay, suppose if you wanted to perform the pre-order traversal for the binary search tree, so this says that visit the root. You are visiting the root node first, traverse the left subtree in the pre-order, and traverse the right subtree in the pre-order. This is the same order what we have discussed for the binary tree. Same thing holds good for the binary search tree traversal also. Okay, this is the piece of code. This piece of code can able to perform the pre-order traversal recursively, whatever may be the depth of the binary search tree. So this piece of code is going to visit all the nodes. Okay, in this case we have taken a root. Root is nothing but a pointer which holds the address of the root node over there. Then means that for this particular example we are going to have a double linked list node of this form. Okay. So here the middle field is nothing but an info. Okay, this is the field which is used to store the info. Info is nothing but a data which we are going to store over there. And this field is nothing but the link field. This is used to hold the address of the left child. This is nothing but we call it as a left child here. And similarly, this field is called as a right link. this is used to hold the address of the right child. Okay, so that by using the point to operator, it is possible for you to access the different fields in the given node here. Okay, so if root not equals to null, it means that if the binary search tree is not empty, you just go and do this operation recursively. Cout means that you are visiting the root node, you are displaying it. Once the root is visited, you are going to display that value. After that, you are going to traverse the left subtree of the root in the preorder method. Okay, preorder method means again visit the root node, traverse the left subtree and traverse the right subtree. And these three statements are recursively used, and it makes the program to visit each and every node in the binary search tree. Similarly, in order traversal, we already discussed about traverse the left subtree in order. Okay, this is the first. In the first step, you are going to traverse the left subtree from the in order. Means that you are going to visit all the nodes in this manner: left, root, and followed by right. This is the procedure which we are using for in order traversal. Okay, traverse the left subtree in order, visit the root node, then traverse the right subtree in order. Okay, so this is the piece of code which this piece of code is used to traverse through all the nodes in the binary search tree. So again, you are going to check whether the binary search tree is empty or not. If the binary search tree is not empty, so you are going to traverse the right subtree, left subtree by using this in order. Root points to left child, means that you are going to use the pointer of the left child of the root node, and you are going to traverse it in order. Then after that, cout means that you are in the second statement, you are going to display the root node information. That is, root points to info means the root node information will be displayed. And finally, in the third step, you are going to traverse the right subtree in the in order method. Okay, so that this is the again if you look at the previous code and here, okay, so that the way of traversing is different. In the previous case, you are going to visit the root node. Order of visiting the root node will be root followed by left followed by right. Okay, and this is what these statements are interchanged. Okay, depending upon the type of traversal. If you look at this here, in order means left child. You are going to visit the left node first, after that root, and followed by the right child. Similarly, post-order traversal can be done recursively. This is how we are going to visit all the nodes in the trees. First, we are going to visit the left node. After that, you are going to visit the right node, followed by the root node. Okay, this is the right node. We are going to visit it. So this is the piece of code or a recursive procedure which is used to visit all the nodes in the post order way. Okay, post order traversal and followed by the traversing the right subtree in the post order way. Again, finally, you are going to visit the root node here. Okay, so this is how we are going to use the traversal method to visit all the nodes in the binary search tree. Now I am going to stop it. Your quiz is going to open at 9 o'clock. Okay, so you please attend all the questions, and we'll be back at 9:50. The slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
So the next operations we perform with the binary search tree is nothing but inserting a node. Okay, same. Let us assume that the given binary search tree is non-empty, and if I wanted to add the new node into it, okay, we can able to do that one by making of the insertion algorithm. Okay, but we have studied how BST binary search tree can be constructed. This is constructed by repeated insertion of new node into the tree. Inserting a new node into the tree is achieved by performing a separate operation that we have studied already. The tree must be searched to determine where the node is to be inserted. Mean that, say for example, if you have given a BST and if you have given a value n, you wanted to insert this one into the binary search tree. First, what you have to means you have to find out the ideal locations where exactly the n can fit into the BST. Okay, so that after insertion also that the resultant tree should satisfy all the properties of the BST binary search tree. The tree must be searched. You need to do search operation first to determine where the node is to be inserted. Okay, so where exactly it is to be inserted, whether it is going to be inserted at the left of the parent node X, or Y of the right of the parent node X. Okay, then the node will be inserted into the tree. Okay, now to do this, actually the insertion made up of two operations. One is nothing but the search operation. Second one is nothing but adding or inserting a node into the correct position. Okay. Let us assume that, okay, so data is the information to be inserted. Mean that data represent the key value of the node to be inserted into the BST. Say for example, it may be 15 or it may be some other value here. Okay. In the step one, what you're supposed to do means compare the data with the root node information. Say for example, let us assume that I have a binary search tree like this. Sorry. Let us assume that this is an example here. Okay, whatever the numbers I have written inside the nodes, so they are nothing but the key values. Okay, so if for example the node data to be inserted into the binary tree is this BST is say for example it is say 10 like that. Let us assume that data is equal to 10. You have whatever you wanted to do, either it is a search operation or insertion or deletion, you always start from the root node only. Okay, so now what you do is you have to compare the root node data with the the new node data to be inserted into that. So what exactly happens means after comparisons the data is less than the root node value. What you have to do means you have to proceed left. You have to proceed left, and here what you have to do means again you have to compare the root node value. This is the root node for the right subtree of this 15. Okay, so that you compare 12 with 10. So 10 is less than 12 here. Okay, now what you have to do means you have to proceed left here. You can't able to proceed further because the left subtree for the 12 is empty. So for that, what you have to do means you have to create a new node. Okay, insert a data 10 into it, so that you add this the new node as a left side of 12. So this is how you can able to insert a node into the binary search tree. Okay. The algorithm, the complete algorithm to perform the insertion is given here. Okay. Here I'm going to use the variable that is called as a new node. Okay. New node is nothing but a variable, or it is nothing but a pointer variable which is used to hold the address of the newly created node. The new node to be added into the by BST binary search tree, the address of which is stored in the new node, and we have a data, it is the information to be pushed into this particular node here. In the first step, what you have to do means you have to take the input. Okay, input the data, mean that which value you wanted to insert. Okay, that is inputted and it is stored in the variable called data. Okay, to be pushed and root node of the tree, and you need to get the pointer value or the address of the root node of the tree. Okay, the address of the root node of the tree is stored in the pointer variable called root. Okay, so root, this is used to hold the root node address. Root node address, and data, it is used to store the item to be inserted into the binary tree, search tree. So now in the second step, what we are doing is we are going to create a new node here. Okay, say for example, when you are going to insert any element into the binary search tree, you have to take care of the duplicated value, whether the node to be inserted is going to have is going to be duplicated with the values which already exist in the BST or not. That also needs to be taken care. So now you created a new node, and the address of the new node which is being created here, it's stored in the variable root node. Now you are going to start with the root node, mean that you are going to check whether the root node is null or not. Say for example, I have a root node and the root node value is equal to null. When the pointer variable root as a value equals to null, it is understood that, okay, so BST is empty, means there is no binary search tree. Okay, so binary search tree needs to be created over there. So that conditions we are going to check. Say for example, if the root node is equal to null, in the sense that, okay, so that the binary search tree is absent. If that is the case, what you have to do means the new node which we have created in the second step is going to become the root node over there. So that, say for example, I created a node here, the value is 12. So the address of which say 7500, this 7500 is copied into the root node. Okay, so then the only one node we have in the BST right now, and that is nothing but the 12. So this is taken care in the step number 3. If after doing it, actually you are coming out of that and you are going to store all the values in the 9, 10 and 11, the step number 9 and 11. Mean that once the node is created, you created a node initially, say the address is nothing but 7500. Okay, so that we have not yet added any element to it, but if when we come across when we see that the root is null, so that the BST is empty, so that this new node address is assigned to the root node. So now this becomes 7500. Okay, after that straight away you are going to the step 9, 10 and as well the 11. In this case, what you are going to do is the data to be inserted into the node is nothing but 12. That is copied by using the step number 9. Then there are no left child and right child for this node right now, so that they becomes null. Okay, we are going to put a null value in these link fields. Okay, so now this is the how we are going to create the node. Okay, that is done. Suppose if the binary tree is already exist. Okay, if the root is not equals to null, it is understood that there are some nodes in the binary search tree. Say for example, I have a 20, I have 36, sorry, I have 12, 36, I have 15, like that. Okay, say for example, the value to be inserted in the BST is nothing but, say for example, it is nothing but say 17. Let us assume that it is 17. Okay, I wanted to insert 17 here. Okay, this part is over. Okay, this will not be executed right now for this example because the root is not equals to null. Suppose if the address is 7500, this may be 6500, this may be 5500, and this may be 8500. Okay, your root is holding the value. This is nothing but 7500. This is the address. Okay, Now you are going to compare 17 with the root info. Root points to info means you are going to pointing to you are going to access the value 20. So now 20 is greater than 17. 20 is greater than 17 means you have to traverse left. I have a root pointer here. I wanted to advance my root pointer value to the left child of the 20. So that is done by making this root is equal to root points to left child. Root point to left child means the link field of this root node holds the left child address. That is nothing but the address 12. 5500 is in that particular field. So that now your root is pointing to this. Okay. So now it is pointing to this. Again, you are coming back to this step here. Okay. Again, you are going to check whether the data root points to info. Root points to info is nothing but 12. Okay. 12 is again less than 17. Okay. When it is less than 17, it is understood that okay. So there is an right subtree. So you have to traverse over there. The root is equal to 12 is I have a 17 to be inserted here, and I have a value 12. Okay, 12 is less than 17. So that you have to traverse right. So this will not be executed. You are coming to this statement over there. Okay, so when you are coming to this statement, you are going to update the root value. So what is the root value now? The root value becomes what? 8500. Now your root is pointing to this number. Okay, so that is done. Root points to R child is nothing but 8500. Okay, so that you will get it in the root. Okay, then after that you are going back to the step number 4 itself. Now we are going to compare the value 17 with 15 here. Okay, 17 data is nothing but 17. Now the root points to info is nothing but 15 here. Okay, so 17 is greater than what? The 15. 17 is greater than 15. This will not be executed. You are coming to this one. Okay, data is greater than what? The root info. Then root is equal to root points to R child. Okay, so now every time we are going to check whether we are coming at the end of the subtree or not. Okay, so that based on that we are going to insert the node. So here this will not be executed. You are coming here if data less than the root points to info. Okay, so that the data is nothing but 17 and it points to info means 15. Okay, this will not be executed. You are coming over here. Data is greater than the root point to info. Mean that now the new node supposed to be the right child of the 15. Okay, so that root points to R child. So the link field of this we are going to point into the ring field. Suppose if the new node address is nothing but say for example 1100. Okay, and it is created somewhere here. This supposed to be the right child of 15. Okay, now we are going to modify the link field here. So if this condition is true, now what we are going to do is we are going to display this value, modify the value. Root is equal to root points to R child means this point, this one is equal to new node. New node address is 100. That is going to be stored in the link field of the 15 here. Then after that you are coming to the step here. Step number 9 and 10 and 11. You are going to putting the value 17. And you are going to make the null the left and right link field as null, and you are going to terminate the process. This is how you are going to insert a node into the binary search tree. Mean that when you are going to insert the binary search tree, you have to check whether you are at the you are going to arrive at the empty right subtree or non-empty, right empty subtree or left empty subtree. If it is an empty, so depending upon the node value and as well the new node, the value to be inserted. So based on that, you are going to create a node. That node should be inserted as an either the left child or the right child. The next operation is nothing but searching a node. And one more thing you have to remember in the inserting a node means, suppose say for example this is the binary tree which we have here 20, 12, 15, 17 and 36. Say for example, further what I want is I wanted to insert the number say 36. If you are trying to insert the value 36, so that you will come across this situation here, mean that none of these conditions are met. You are coming to the step number 8. In the step number 8, you will come to know that you are trying to insert the duplicate value into the BST, but the value 36 already exists. So 36 need not be inserted once again into it, because if you are going to insert 36 again, it is going to violate the properties of the BST. So that you have to display the error message and you have to come out of this. So next is searching a node. This is one of the most the popularly used operations on the BST, because to perform any kind of operations, so we need to perform the search operations for there. Either it can be a insertion or deletion, whatever it may be, you need to do search operation first. So searching a node was a part of the operation performed during a insertion. So algorithm to search an element from a binary search tree is given below over there. Okay, so input the data to be searched, means that the data to be searched is stored in the variable name called data. Okay, and also we need to start from the root node. The address of the root node is stored in the variable the root. Okay, so now you are going to compare the data to be searched with the root node values. Okay, so that if data is equal to root node, okay, say for example, have a node 12, have 7, have 8, 15, 36, say 17. Okay, so let us assume that this is the BST have over there. Okay, let us assume that data to be searched is in the variable data. Okay, let us assume that data to be searched is nothing but 12. Okay, so now we have the root node 12 value, the pointer of the root node 12 is in the variable root. So you are going to compare that one. Root points to info means you are going to x the value 12. Okay, so since data equals to root points to info means, so your data is also 12, the root node value is also the 12. Okay, so means that in the first iteration itself, so that searching is successful. Okay, when the searching is successful, we can display the message, say the data is exists in the tree, so that after that you are going to terminate the process. That is what in the one go itself or the first iteration itself, we can able to look for the number, the desired number 12. Okay, that is the first case. Suppose I wanted to search for the number, say for example 8. Okay, the data to be searched is 8. Okay, I am going to start with the 8. Okay, this condition will not met. We are going to we are coming at the number 3 here, and we are going to test whether the binary search tree is empty or not. Okay, that is because if the binary search tree is empty, so no need for looking for the traversing. Okay, because there is no question of left traversal or the right traversal. So for that purpose, we are going to test whether the BST exists or not. The BST exists or not is reflected in the root value. Okay, so as long as the binary search tree exists, the root holds the value null value. This root pointer will hold the value null value. Okay, suppose as long as the binary search tree does not exist, the root hold the null value, otherwise it holds the address of the root node here. Okay, suppose if the root value is equal to null, it is understood that okay, the BST is empty or BST is not present, so that you are going to display that one. Data does not exist, no need of searching it, so you are straight away you are going to terminate it. Then suppose if this condition also fails, this also fails, it is understood that BST exists. Okay, so if the BST exists, now it is our job to see whether the data to be searched is present to the left subtree, present in the left subtree of the 12 or the right subtree of the 12. Okay, if data is greater than the root points to info. Okay, so that say for example data is 8 and root points to info is nothing but 12. Okay, I am going to test whether 8 is greater than 12 or not. Okay, 8 is not greater than 12. It is understood that, okay, so the 8 does not belongs to the right subtree of the 12. So that whatever may be the size of the right subtree, you don't require to traverse to the right subtree of the that 12. Okay, so that so these many search operation we are going to save it in this case. But it is understood that the 8 is definitely going to be present at the right subtree, sorry, left of the left subtree of the that 12. Okay, so now no need of traversing through the right subtree. So now you are going to the step y here. Okay, if data is less than the root points to info. So now 8 is less than 12. The 8 is less than 12. Okay, so that you have to traverse left. Okay, so traversing left can be done by changing the pointer values. Okay, so that we are going to modify the pointer in the variable root. Okay, so now your root is pointing to the 12. Again, we are going to compare 8 with 12, whether 8 is less than 7 or not. Okay, so still 8 is nothing but 8 is not less than 7, so that definitely it is going to be the one of the node which belongs to the right subtree of the 7. So after that, what you are doing is you are going back to the step number 2 here. Again, you are going to start from this. Okay, this is again not satisfied, and this is not satisfied here. Then you are going to come to the step number 4, data greater than points to info. Now data is nothing but 8 greater than points to info. That is nothing but 8 is this value is nothing but 7. You are going to compare whether 8 is greater than 7 or not. Now 8 is greater than 7, so that you are going to change the root value. Now your root is pointing to this. Okay, when the root is pointing to this, again you are going to the step 2. So data is equal to root points to info. Yes, you are going to compare the this data with the 7. Okay, so now the root value is nothing but 8. Okay, you are going to compare whether the data value is equal to the data present in the node. So now both the values are matches. When both the values are matches, it is understood that the data to be searched is exist in the tree. You are going to display this value and you are coming out. Okay, so this is how you are going to find out it. Say for example, let us assume that you have a data to be searched is 9. Okay, I wanted to find out whether 9 exists or not. Okay, say now what you are going to do means you are going to start with the number 12. Okay, so now 9 is less than 12, so that you are traversing right. Then after that you are going to compare 9 with 7, so that 7 is less than 9, so that you are traversing right. So now you are going to compare the 9 with 9 with the root 9 with the value 8 here. Okay, see, this is the value which we are going to compare now. Okay, so now your root is pointing to this, but the root value is nothing but 8 here in this case. Okay, so data points to root points to equals to this. No, it does not equal, so that you are going to the step 6. Okay, in the sense that, okay, so you are going to data does not exist. Okay, say for example, this is not equals to this, and the data equals to root points to info, means that this does not satisfy, so that you are going to the step 3. Now you are going to test whether root is equal to null or not. Now you are going to compare this root is equal to null or not. Okay, so that root is not equal to null, it is pointing to 8. So that you are going to the this again, this will not be satisfied, and you are going to the this step over there. Okay, if data points to root points to info, okay, mean that whether data, that is nothing but 9 is greater than root points to info. Okay, so that 8, so 9 is greater than 8, so that what you are going to do means you are going to modify the root value. So there is no left subtree for the, sorry, there is no right subtree for the 8, so that the right link of the 8 is having a value null. Okay, so that your root becomes null in this case. Now the root is equal to null. Okay, now you are going back to the step 2. Now you are going to compare this root points to data points to info. because the root is having a null, it does not point to any value. Again, this fails. You are coming to this. Now, if root is equal to null, yes, the root is equal to null, but data to be searched is nothing but 9. Okay, so that when the root is equal to null, it is understood that okay, the data we are searching does not exist in the binary search tree, so that this will be displayed. The error message will be displayed, and you are going to terminate the process. Okay, so this is how we can able to search for a particular node. Either it is whether it is present or not. Okay, so that algorithm is going to display the suitable message at the end of the algorithm. So next is nothing but algorithm to delete a node. Okay, say for example, have a existing non-empty binary search tree. Sometimes in certain application, we would like to delete the some of the nodes in the binary search tree. Okay, for that we need to make use of the delete operation over here. In order to delete a particular node, first what you have to do is you have to search a node or you have to locate a node to be deleted. Okay, so in order to delete a node, okay, so you may come across the following kind of a situation. Okay, there are three kind of situation you will come across while you are trying to delete any of the nodes here. The first criteria is nothing but the node to be deleted has no children. Okay, say for example, you have a number 12, 5 and 15. Okay, say for example, I wanted to delete the number, I wanted to delete the number 5, the node with the value 5 here. Mean that this is the first criteria. Okay, the node to be deleted has no children. Okay, so that this 5 does not have any left child or right child. I wanted to delete this. Okay, this is the first situation. Second situation, the node has exactly one child. Okay, mean that the node to be deleted may be having only one child. It may be a right child or the left child. Say for example, I have a 12, 5 and I have a 15. Say for example, I have a 4 here. Okay, let us assume that in the second case here, I wanted to delete the 5. When you want to delete the node with the value 5, okay, now it has a left child here. Okay, so that if it has only one child, okay, so that how you are going to delete this node 5 here. When you are going to delete any of the node from the existing binary search tree, after deletion also the resultant tree should satisfy the properties of the BST, that is the binary search tree. This is the second case. Next, another scenario we will come across is the node to be deleted has two children. Say for example, I have 12, I have 5, 15 and 4, say for example 10 here. In this case, I wanted to delete a node 5 here. Okay, so now this particular node 5 has two children. It has two childs, left child and as well as the right child. Okay, so that means in the sense that it has two subtrees. Okay, one is the left subtree, another is the right subtree. If you are going to delete this, the node 5 here, the resultant tree should also satisfy all the BST properties. Okay, so how you are going to take care of that? Okay, we have an algorithm to do delete this node from the binary search tree by taking care of these three situation or the scenarios. First one is the node to be deleted has no children. That is the first case. The second one is the node has exactly one child, or it may be a subtrees, or it may be left or right subtrees. Okay. The third one is nothing but the node has two children. It may be two children, or it may be having two subtrees, left and right subtrees. Say for example, left and right subtrees means, say for example, it can go like this. Okay, if you wanted to delete this 5, so that we have a left subtree for 5 and also a right subtree for 5 here. Okay, our algorithm should be able to take care of all these situations. Okay. Now let us consider the algorithm to delete a node which has only one child. Let us assume that n has one child. Okay, the node to be deleted is n here is n. Okay, it has only one child, and check whether it is a right or a left child. Okay, you have to check whether the child it is a right child or a left child here. Okay, suppose what happens if it is a right child or what happens if it is a left child here. If it is a right child, then find the smallest element from the corresponding right subtree. If it is a right child, then find the smallest element from the corresponding subtree. Then once it is done, then replace the smallest node information with the deleted node. With the deleted node, you're supposed to do that one. Say for example, have it tree 12, 5, 12, another 5, 36, 30, 45, 2, then this is say 6, and this may be I'll take this one as an 8. Well, 35, 30, 45, 7, 9, 6, say 2. Okay, let us assume that I wanted to sorry, I came to this, sorry, okay, 8. Okay, now let us assume that this is the BST exists. What I want is I wanted to delete the node 8. Okay, the node to be deleted, is 8 in this case. I wanted to delete this 8. What it says, the first step, if it is a right child, then find the smallest element from the corresponding right subtree. Okay, or if n as a left child, find the largest element from the corresponding left subtree. Say for example, I wanted to delete 8 here. Okay, I am going to delete 8 here, but right subtree is absent for this. The right subtree is absent for this, but it has only one child. It is nothing but the left child. It is a single left child, or it may be a subtree also. Even it doesn't matter whether we have only one child or whether we are going to have a left subtree here. Okay, suppose if the left child is present or the left subtree is present, what you have to do means you have to find out the largest element corresponding to the left subtree. But in this case, I have only 7 in this case. Okay, I have only 7. 7 is the largest. Okay, 7 is the largest. Suppose if the subtree exists, left subtree exists, among all the nodes, which element is the largest? You have to consider that element. Okay, you take that element, that element needs to be exchanged with the node to be deleted over there. Okay, so now in this case, what I have to do means I am going to delete the 12 here. The 12 is 8. 8 is deleted. Now, when 8 is deleted, you have to traverse the left subtree of this 8. okay, and find out which node is having a largest number. I have only one child which is present at this, okay, so that it is nothing but the 7, okay, this is the largest number here. What you are doing is take this value and put it into the node value which is already being deleted over there. Then after that you have to delete this node, okay, so that after deletion the resultant tree will be 12, 36, 45, 30, 5, 2, and as well as the 7. Okay. So if you look at this one, if you look at these node values here, again this resultant BST after deletion also satisfy all the BST properties. Okay. So this is how we can able to delete. If node has only one child, okay, you need to consider this method. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are going to have a right child or left child. Okay, depends on the right child or right child. You need to insert the value, either the largest value or smallest value into the node to be deleted. So if it is a right child, then find the smallest element from the corresponding subtree. Okay, and then replace the smallest node information with the deleted node. That is done. Then if n as a left child, find the largest element from the corresponding left subtree, then replace it that value with the deleted node. So next is node as 2 children. Okay. Say for example, if you come to this 7 and have a 10, say for example, okay. Now if suppose I wanted to delete the value 7, okay. So you have to make the same process, okay. So the same process repeated if n has 2 children, so left and right child, randomly select a child and find the small or large node and replace it with the deleted node. That is what. Say for example, I wanted to delete the node 7 here, okay. So what we have done it for the single node means either if the right child is present or the left child is present, we are going to consider the corresponding values over there. In the previous case, we have considered if the right child is present, what we are going to do, we are going to find out the node with the smallest value. Suppose if the left child is present, we are going to find the largest value. Okay, the same procedure we are going to use here. Okay, we are going to arrive at the 7. This is the 7 to be deleted over there. Okay, so that there is no rule that you have to consider the left subtree or the right subtree. It is left to you, randomly select a child and find the small or large node and replace it with the deleted node here. Okay, say for example, I am going to select the randomly with this. Okay, 2, that is the left subtree. Okay, so if I am selecting the left subtree here, which is the largest number present in the left subtree of the 7, that is nothing but the 2 only. So that I am going to delete 7 and I am going to insert the value 2. Finally, this 2 will be deleted here. Okay, so now this is going to become the resultant, the binary search tree over there. Okay, this is the one case. Another case we can do this way. Okay, this is the 7. Okay, have a 2 here. I wanted to delete this node. Where suppose if you are randomly selecting the right subtree here, you had to find out the smallest element which is present in this right subtree. Which is the smallest element in this right subtree of the 7? Okay, if you look at this 9, 10, and 6, these are the nodes we have here. The 6 is the smallest number which is present in the right subtree of the 7. Okay, you take this value and insert it into the node to be deleted over here. So now this becomes 6. This node will be deleted. Okay, so that after the deletion, okay, the resultant tree will have a value like this 6. If you look at this 6, this resultant tree after deleting the node 7 here, okay, again this is going to satisfy the binary search tree properties. Okay, this is the point you're supposed to remember. The tree that we get after deleting a node should also be a binary search tree. Okay, so for that purpose, we are going to perform those two operations. This is an example here. If you want to delete 75, okay. I wanted to delete 75 from the following steps are obtained here. Step 1, assign the data. We are going to assign the value 75 into the variable data. So our node is going to, the node is a pointer which is going to point into the 50 here. Okay. So you are going to compare the data with the root node value. Root node is nothing but 50 here. Okay. Since the 50 is less than the 75. Okay. The data to be searched is nothing but 75 here. Okay. Then if it is 50 is less than 75 means what? It is understood that, okay, so definitely the data which we are searching is present in the right subtree of the 50. So that's why we are advancing the pointer. So node is equal to node point to right child. Next we have step 3. Again we are going to compare here. Okay, compare the data with the node. So here we have a node with whose value is nothing but 75. The data which we are searching is also 75. Now they are equal. Now we have located this data to be deleted, and you delete the data first. Okay, that 75 is deleted over there. Next steps is the step 4. Since node has both left child and right child. Okay, if you look at this one, we have a left subtree and as well the right subtree. Okay, so that randomly you can able to select any one of the subtree. Okay, say right subtree we are going to select. If the right subtree is opted, then we have to find the smallest node, which is the smallest node in this case. Okay, if the left subtree is opted, then we have to find the largest node. Okay, so either it is depending upon the programmer, either you can go with the left subtree or you can go with the right subtree. If it is the right subtree, you need to choose the smallest node. If it is a left subtree, you need to choose the largest node. Okay. Okay, now find the smallest element from the right subtree. This is the right subtree. This is the smallest element. Okay, so we have taken the smallest element 80, and this 80 is replaced with the inserted into the node which was deleted, that is nothing but 75. So that 80 is moved over there. Okay, again now this node you cannot able to directly delete this node. Okay, or you can able to give. Okay, now again node points to orchard is not equals to null. Okay, again you have to find the smallest element from the right subtree. This is the right subtree. You have to find the smallest element in this. Okay, in this case we have only 85 here. So what you have to do means, so take this 85 and put it into this. Okay, then finally you delete this. Okay. Okay, so that 85 is pushed over there, pushed up, and this node, now the leaf node is going to be deleted. Okay. After deletions, okay, so this is the resultant tree. Okay, so if you look at this, okay, this resultant binary search tree after deleting the node 75. Okay, so that this also satisfies all the BST properties. Okay, I'm going to stop at this point here. Next class we'll discuss about the algorithm for this. Okay, and also a few more topics related to the binary search tree. Okay, thank you all. I'm going to close the meeting now, and next coming class, that is on Tuesday, we can meet. Yeah, thank you all. I'm closing the meeting now.
Thank you, sir.